Welcome back to another video in a series in which we will be unlocking all dungeon chests in Outlands. Today we'll be continuing our Mausoleum adventure, starting with the Mausoleum 4 and then the Mausoleum 3. I got my build on the screen here for you guys to check out, and just as a quick reminder, this is the script that we're running. This is Bapeths Modern Dungeon Picker. You can search for that. You can get the link in the description. And I did make a tiny little update since the last video. It's just a little added tabbing logic while you're picking. You're now going to tab every 1 second. That was somebody who was frustrated with coming out of hiding. They weren't tabbing. I guess maybe they thought the script was going to do it for them. Well, it does now, so there you go. So let's get into it. And we're back in Moss. Gonna rip on down to level 4. We're gonna do that. Then we're gonna do level 3. And just take note of where I recalled in there. You'll see it in the first video as well, but I see people who like to get down here quick. They don't know about that. You can mark a rune right there. Just where I teleported in. Or I recalled in, rather. So yeah, we're speeding on down. We're gonna double rope. We're just gonna ignore everything and just go right for level 4. Personally, when I'm doing my runs, I like to ignore everything and go right to level 4. Level 4 is extremely dangerous. It's one of the hardest places in the game to farm. The mobs are insane. And we're just going to skip past the Shadow Guard real quick here because he did cast a spell on us. And that Flame Strike right there could have grabbed us. He does this grabbing ability where it freezes you. It gives you a disease. And you'll notice that, like, if you're running down from there, he can do that right in front of the Vampire Consort, and then you can get backstabbed by the Consort. So I'm going to try to do a little ninja teleport here, and yep, as we can see, Z-axis is not your friend when you're trying to teleport. And that was pretty quick, but not quick enough, so we'll just have to do a little loop here, let our teleport cool down, and we're going to smoke bomb. Pretty much everything down here is going to kill you in 1 to 3 hits, depending on what it is. This Dark Scale dragon here, you get it in his melee range, he'll pretty much chomp you, and you know he'll do kind of an AoE attack, and he'll do a bite, and yeah, you'll just die real quick. So we're gonna do this pretty much entirely stealthed. And yeah, so I've got the wall ACP active right now, and I'm gonna be using that mostly as the ACP for this level. Except for this chest right here. This is such a dangerous chest. I mean, you've got this vampire muddler right beside you, and you've got a mage right there as well. Vampire muddlers, or muddled vampire hunters, whatever they're called, they'll, like, I've got 90 armor right now, and I've got a protection on. And this thing will take me down to, you know, it'll do like 100 damage, basically. I'll have to drink a healing potion if I take the full brunt of that guy's attack. So I set it in teleport ACP just because, you know, there's just not really a good place to hide there. And if I do get revealed, I just want to teleport out of there. So we're gonna go past the other vampire hunter there. And this is the Shadow Glass and the Void Void Slime or something. Void Slimes, they're ranged, you know, they'll shoot you. This guy here, the Shadow Glass, he does an extremely powerful AoE attack, where it's he kind of like makes a bunch of glass come up out of the ground, and it'll do about 75 damage. So there's pretty much everything in here just hits you for like so much. So yeah, emphasis on stealth here. Sometimes I do ninja down here a little bit, but yeah, it's just, it can be disastrous. It can get bad. So we'll just sneak on past the Entazune here. These guys, if they touch you, they're gonna give you a heavy disease. It's gonna take you out. So if you do get hit by one of those guys, you're gonna have to, you know, drink a cleansing brew or just sit there and heal yourself for a little bit. We'll go past the Manicore. It's just basically a dragon. He does some kind of acid attack. Nothing to worry about there. The flesh mob you see at the entranceway of this little room, that guy will grab you and he'll hang on to you, and it's basically you got to get out of there real quick because the Shadow Glass here right beside him is they kind of work in tandem where the flesh mob grabs you and then the Shadow Glass does his AoE, and it's, if you don't get out of there, it's over. So you'll notice I put myself in the corner there, and that is just such a good spot. This is a very safe chest that I just did there. The wall ACP, if I was to get detected, I'd be so safe in my little corner there, just walled in. You know, nothing's going to hurt me. And so that's pretty much why we want to use the wall ACP for most of this extremely dangerous dungeon. Level, that is. So we'll come up here. Now, ACP isn't super good here because you can see the line of sight. It's kind of, you know, it's like, where do I want to put myself? So here should be okay. But I'm really just looking at these two mobs and I'm trying to think like, okay, what's the best spot? Because I don't want to put a wall up and then have to see, like, if I put a wall up there, Shadow Glass would have saw me around the wall. But, you know, I'm just kind of dynamically playing that one. I might have to move, but yeah, we're done with it. Let's go. Let's go back up. We're going to backtrack a little bit here. Get a little bit of speed. Now, I was going to double teleport. I canceled my teleport because I wanted to smoke bomb there. And we're going to wait for this little blue beam here. This blue beam is often a lie. I really have no idea what damages you when you go through that. You'd think it would be the beam, but you know, sometimes you go through with the beam and nothing hurts you. Sometimes you go through without the beam and you get hurt. So I'm going to say that's probably a bug. Now, this room can be very safe and it can be very unsafe. Right now, it's very unsafe. This little floaty guy in front of me, he's really kind of in the place I want to be. I want to be on the top of that little book, that little red book right there. So I'm just going to stand there. This is a good place to wall yourself in. Of course, this guy just blocked me in, but thankfully he let me out. Very dangerous in there if you get revealed. It's quite difficult. And careful which way you go in and out because you're going to be stuck on one side or the other. So I've chose to go this way because this is where the next chest is. More flesh mob there. We've got the meat puppets. Meat puppets, huge AoE. They just do a massive AoE. They throw a bunch of stuff on the ground, very similar to the torsos that the spare parts throw at you, except a lot more damage. All right, so this one, very safe. A nice little cubby hole here. I can just sort of sit in here. Wall's ready to go. I'm just going to keep my cursor right on where I want that wall to go, should somebody reveal me. And if they do, nothing's going to happen. I'll just sit here and pick the chest and we'll be well on our way. Thankfully, nobody's out here revealing right now. The Mausoleum level 4 is one of those places where detectors love to be because how powerful the mobs are. And if you're going to cheese somebody with a smoke bomb, or sorry, with a detect plus smoke bomb, then this is the place to do it. Although if you do that, you're a bad person and you should stop. Right now. Stop now. Get some help. Alright, so this one I'm just going to teleport right to. So this is a nice little technique when you're just, you know, notice your hiding cooldown, notice your stealth cooldown. If you're, you know, close to a chest and your cooldowns are not there, feel free to rope right next to it. Now this is a great place for a wall. I can just hang out here. If my wall goes up here, I'll be totally safe. And then we're going to go through the blue beam, and let's see if it does any damage. Nope, didn't do any damage. So you tell me what these blue beams are about. I have no idea. You know, they just, sometimes you take 50 damage, you know, it's pretty bad. It's like 45 to 60 damage, something like that. See the little guy on the wolf there? We're just going to walk right by him. He's not going to be any trouble for us. If he does attack you, he's really easy to get away from. He'll charge you and, you know, he does a lot of damage, but he's super easy to avoid. And we've got this other vampire guy up there. This guy, he will basically, if you have a follower, he's going to instantly freeze your follower. So this is why we don't use earth elementals down here. They get frozen by that mob. The incubus and other various spellcasters. Oh, look at that! We got some. Those are some powder something shoes. Yeah, we just got some powder shoes. I'll check those out in a bit. Anyway, yeah, you don't want to be using an earth elemental down here because they're going to get taken. They'll either get killed right away or they're going to get you know, transfixed or whatever it is. And as soon as your elemental gets transfixed, it's like it drops. It's like it doesn't exist, and the mobs aggro on you right away. So this chest is like pretty dangerous. It really depends on where this vampire consort is. Right now she's in a pretty safe spot, so I'm just going to get a little close to her. And should I get revealed, I'll put a wall between me and the consort. and then should be pretty safe. Okay. She's messing with me a little bit here. Yeah, definitely messing with me. Okay. So this is just one of those dangerous spots. Very dynamic. Got to be kind of on your toes here. And we'll sneak on over here to the Entozune room. This is primarily a very safe room, and I'll stand in this little spot right here once I get my stealth up. Very safe. However, this top Entozune here, the one that's closest to me, sometimes he likes to just hang out right where I'm standing, and that can be pretty annoying. Yeah, so those are powder orchid cloth shoes. Not bad. Okay. I mean, not the best powder, but still pretty good. So yeah, just yeah, when you're picking these chests, put yourself in a nice spot, get that wall ACP. And like I said, mostly wall ACP down here. Really, I think it's just that one chest at the start. Okay, this little guy wants to get in my way. Incubus, yeah, he'll fascinate you, I'm pretty sure. Spellcaster, you know. This guy right in front of me, you know, I can't remember the names of these guys sometimes, but they're just extremely dangerous, and they'll do like a little tickle attack where like a, I don't know, like a tentacle will shoot out of the ground and start tickling you from below, which is quite hentai. Now you'll notice this this big red guy here. He's sort of floating up in the air. They're very difficult to actually tell where they're standing. If you notice, I had the aura under feet. Aura under feet's pretty important when you're stealthing around a little bit. I flip it on, I flip it off, but that's going to tell you exactly what tile the mobs are standing on, just so you don't push through them, just in case. Now we've got our wizard hat that's preventing us from pushing through, but there's still that little split second where we can push through. So now this seems like a very dangerous area, but the star patterns just beside me there are, you can't see through them. So if I were to put a wall right here, I'd be safe. And the only thing that bugs me about this is that the fell beast, their wings are so huge that sometimes they block the tiles that I want to click. And I'm a little worried I'm going to click with the wing and miss the tile and then not cast my wall. But, you know, this is a place where you'll get revealed a lot. But if you do it right, it's actually quite a safe place. And as you can see, this fell beast is really in my way here, but I can still get a wall under him there. Just under his chest. And I just put out a video recently, just a 1-minute video of how I got killed here by a group of 6 blues who were apparently very mad at the world that day. But go ahead and watch that one. It's kind of funny. And we'll sneak on over here. More muddled vampire hunters. Really, these guys are the guys you gotta watch out for, because they will just instant kill you. If they see you, you know, I mean, you got very small amount of time to react. And just up here into the, I guess this is some kind of a blacksmith or an armory or something. Although I don't see any forges in this room. I see ore, I see hammers, I don't see any forges, so that's kind of weird. Maybe they're using dark Mausoleum 4 magic to forge their iron weapons. Now this guy's messing with me a little bit. This is typically where I like to stand to get a wall, but you can see this is not ideal. So when things like this happen, I kind of feel like switching to the teleport ACP, but I'm not too worried about it right now. Things seem pretty chill. I had to wait till the early hours of the morning to get this video done, just so that the chests were actually up. This one's very safe. You can really wall yourself in here very easily. Just beware though that if you do stand, this consort will trap you in there at times, and you know, if she's stubborn, you might have to teleport over her. But right now she's chilling. She's over there getting a little drink of water out of her water bowl. And we're moving on. So that was every chest in Mausoleum 4. So we're going to get out of here. as fast as we can. This is where we'll summon an elemental, just on our escape. And yep, we took some damage there. So we'll precast the heal. I like to precast heal before going through that. Yeah, we'll just leave him back there. You can see how that flesh mob grabs on. You know, just don't go anywhere near those things. They'll grab you instantly. Alright, so we made it. Oh, and my elemental died. And I'm a little scared of that vampire consort. They will bleed you, so I'll just smoke bomb there and we'll move on up. Now, the wall ICP isn't going to be used here that much. I don't like it that much. So I think I might change this to Earth Elemental. Right now, it's like, I could maybe still use it if I just step one tile to the west. I can cast it and still be safe. But for the most part, you're going to want the Elemental. So there goes my recycler right there. You see just a handy little recycler that very quickly recycles all items in your bag. Okay, we got the custodian here. So I'm going to go into war mode, and that's going to prevent me from hiding. We don't want to hide near a custodian because he'll reveal you and you'll take a little bit of damage. And this is really where Earth Elemental shines, is with these high level chests here, 7s and 8s. These guys they take all the aggro of the custodian. You don't want to be still too close because their meteor swarm range is insane. It's way bigger than any player spell or way bigger than any other mob. So you got to be quite a distance away. So make sure that your elemental is very far away from you. See, as you can see there, I dodged the flame strike, or sorry, the meteor swarm. And we'll just kind of cruise on down here. This is quite a dangerous little hallway. I mean, we got the consort down there. The Shadow Guard is what I'm really concerned about. Now, he's dead right now, so no concern. But we've got our Earth Elemental up, and, you know, as long as you got the Earth Elemental, the consort's not going to bother you. You may want to stealth through here if you don't have an Earth Elemental, or try to be very quick. But there's just so many things that toxify you here with their disease. And I'm going to just put the Wall of Stone on, because it is a very nice area for a Wall of Stone. Very good sort of line of sight for that. Alright. And here we go. And you'll notice that our gold went to 0. I had to do a quick little edit here because the chests weren't up, but the Shadow Guard is, so we're going to let the Shadow Guard deal with that Earth Elemental. We're going to come on up here. And we're going to do this level 6 chest. This room's pretty safe, despite there being 2 Vampire Masters here. You don't want them aggroing you. They're going to do some stuff to you, but, you know, they made a change with the mobs, and these guys just feel like they're not as dangerous as they used to be. So, yeah. As far as the ACP goes, I'm going to be using Earth Elemental for the most part here. And we'll just... got a little teleport over there. Yep. Okay. It's okay to be a ninja. We can do it. So the mob severity has gone down drastically now that we're on level 3. So yeah, we don't really need an Earth Elemental too much. But we still might use it here and there because it won't get killed instantly by the mobs. It'll be a little handy, but we'll try to ninja this as much as possible. And I was hoping to get this all done in one run so that you could see that how much gold was in my bag. But just know that with 80 camping, you can fit it in, but you got to be recycling and, you know, can't be carrying too many items. So pretty safe here. We've got a couple of vampires. Right now they're below. Sometimes they spawn, sometimes they get stuck below on the lower level there. And so they're not of any threat to us up here. We can teleport out here. And I did miss that for some reason. Okay. Right. I canceled because I didn't loot the gold. So, yeah, just a quick little teleport over here and we're up to this level 5. This is also a double vampire room. Really the dangerous one here is the... well, they're both pretty rough. The female will transfix your followers, so be careful of that. and then the male will he'll grab onto you and suck your blood. And yeah, it's not good being frozen in place by those guys. They can end you pretty quick. So now, see how I click that? I always check that through the wall there because unfortunately the way Razor works is that it has a range limit to like you know, to populate, you know, the single click on the chest, right? So gotta get a little closer. And I forgot to go in war mode there, and that's what happens when you don't go into war mode. But no problem. So we'll just wait a little bit here for that custodian to become unparalyzed. Summon an elemental. And we'll just send him on over there with a patrol. Maybe a little further. Get on up there. There you go. Now, like I said, we want this... now look at that. That guy hit me with a meteor swarm from all that way. He may have still been targeting me. I'm not quite sure, but yeah, just be aware of how large that meteor swarm is. And we'll just slip on by him there. We'll keep the elemental away from us because we don't want to take that AoE. And we'll continue on over here. A little bit of double backing just to get that level 8. Now, you have these corpse brides. They do an AoE attack, and there's other mobs that look similar to them that do the same attack. These guys don't harm you while you're hiding, so you can hide. They'll do their AoE. It won't touch you. But the ones in Shadowspire Cathedral, they basically do the same thing, but they do. Actually, you know what? Don't quote me on that. Maybe they don't, actually. Maybe they don't. Yeah, this attack, I think, is good to go. Got a little dog there, little stealth dog there. Just be aware of him. But really, we want to be aware of the Shadow Guard. Now, he got a spell on me. And, yep, there's the hands, unfortunately. So I'm just going to wall myself in, drink a cleansing brew, and give myself a little heal. And we're back to hiding. So yeah, again, you don't want to be, you know, in this room while you're diseased, ticking down. You know, it's pretty rough. So we'll just teleport on past those guys. And he got me again. Just, you know, when you think you're in the clear. So you can see how kind of annoying this is. Oh, and we took an explosion. So that's not good. That's not good. We're gonna have to scramble a little bit here. We'll just paralyze that Banshee so it stops casting on us. Give ourselves a little heal here. And as soon as we are ready to hide again... Oh, we'll just wait. You know, maybe we don't have to. Okay. Alright. Yeah, we'll just leave it just like that. Didn't even need to hide. Okay, come on down here. This is the apparition room. These guys will do an AoE attack. They're basically the same as an Ankh or you know, whatever you call those. The guys that little burrow under the ground and they come up at you. Same attack. You do not want an Earth Elemental close to you here because he will be doing an AoE burrow attack. So it's best to keep your Elemental at a distance or just approach this with ninja style. And I was going to summon an Earth Elemental there, but you know what? We don't have enough mana, so we will just be quick about it. Because there are 2 chests left, and they are down here. Okay, Shadow Guard's not up, so we're free to walk on through. And we'll just teleport, do this quick, run right up. Sometimes there's a Tormented Soul in here. You can often just run right past him, and he won't bother you too much. So this has been a pretty good run. You notice I got about, you know, when we're through, I'll have about 25k in my pack. And add that to whatever we had from Moz 4. I think it was about 33k or so. So we're going about 5k over our weight limit on average. So, you know, this is where 80 camping can be a little bit lackluster. But you know what? It really doesn't bother me too much because We're not really after the gold in the chest. We want those items. You know, we want those cores. Core market's amazing right now. And that will do it, ladies and gentlemen. This has been the Mausoleum 4 and 3. So we are just going to get the F out of here as fast as we can, bank our loot, and I'll see you in the next video.